You cut the bread. You skip the dessert. You say no to pasta. And the scale still stares back like you are lying. That is the keto gut punch. The carbs are not in the obvious places. They are hiding in keto snacks, in cute serving sizes, in labels that round down, and in sugar alcohol math that does not match your body. Portions creep while you are not looking, and one bite turns into 10 because the food is engineered to do that. If you feel stuck, assume you are over budget before you assume you are broken. Moving to slide 2, most people fail keto because they are guessing their carb budget instead of measuring their real one. Net carbs is not a law of nature. It is a label shortcut, and your response can vary. Some fibers are truly non-digestible. Others, especially processed added fibers, can still raise glucose for some people, or at least keep cravings lit. Total carbs still matter as a reality check, even if you track net. And keep protein honest. Moderate protein supports fat loss, but very large protein hits can raise glucose in some people, especially if you are already insulin resistant. Your job is consistency, not perfection. Pick a carb target you can hit daily, then adjust based on results, not hope. Moving to slide 3, net carb labels are where keto gets quietly hacked. Serving sizes shrink so the carbs look tiny, and per serving becomes a fantasy if you eat the whole bag. Rounding rules can hide real grams when you stack multiple servings. Watch for starches listed as fiber, and be skeptical with sugar alcohols, because some behave a lot like sugar in the body. Keto on the front is marketing. The numbers you actually swallow are what count, especially when the label gets cute. Moving to slide 4. Sauces are the stealth carbs that ruin an otherwise perfect plate. Ketchup and barbecue sauce can be basically sugar syrup with tomato smoke. 1 tablespoon looks harmless. Then you dip, you drizzle, you re-dip, and you just drank your carb budget. Teriyaki, glazes, and anything sticky usually means sweet. Sweet chili sauce is obvious once you taste it, but it still sneaks in because it is sold as a condiment, not a dessert. Salad dressings are another trap. Balsamic, raspberry vinaigrette, and anything with honey can be a sugar delivery system that turns a salad into a carb bowl. Here's what you do. Default to oil and vinegar, mayo-based dressings, or ranch style without added sugar. At restaurants, ask for sauce on the side, and use a fork dip, not a pour. If you want barbecue flavor, use dry rubs, hot sauce, mustard, pickle juice, or a no-sugar added sauce you have already tested. If your meals look keto but your progress says otherwise, your condiments might be doing the talking. Moving to slide 5. Nuts feel safe because they are just fat. But they are also easy to overeat, and some are surprisingly carby. Cashews climb fast. Pistachios add up because you can keep cracking them for an hour. Flavored nuts are worse. The sweet coating and honey-roasted dust is real sugar even if the front says natural. Nut butters can hide starches and added sugars too, and you rarely measure a true 2 tablespoon serving. Do this instead. Pick lower carb options like macadamias, pecans, or walnuts, and pre-portion them into a small bowl, not the bag. If you want nut butter, buy one with just nuts and salt. Then weigh it a few times until your eyes stop lying. Nuts are not a free snack. They are a controlled ingredient, and that mindset will save you again when you hit the next sneaky category. Moving to slide 6. Dairy can quietly push you out of ketosis, mostly because milk sugar still counts. A cup of milk has enough lactose to matter, even if it feels like a clean food. Yogurt is the bigger trap. Many tubs are sweetened, and even plain versions add up fast once you go from a few spoonfuls to a bowl. Cottage cheese can do the same, especially low-fat types that end up higher in lactose per bite.
Creamers are where people get blindsided, because zero sugar often still includes syrups or sweeteners that behave like sugar for you. Cheese is usually safer since it is lower in lactose, but watch flavored or spreadable versions. If you track carbs, treat dairy like a measurable ingredient, not a freebie, and you stay in control.
Moving to slide 7. Low-carb bread can be real, or it can be a label trick. A lot of products use modified starches that digest more like regular carbs than you would expect. Some use wheat fiber, but not all fibers are truly inert for every person. And some formulas still raise glucose. The serving size problem is huge. 2 slices become 4 when you are hungry, or when the bread is tiny, and suddenly your keto sandwich is your entire carb budget. Tortillas are especially inconsistent by brand, and the same style of wrap can hit totally differently. If you want certainty, test it. Check your glucose before, then again about 60 to 90 minutes after. If it bumps you up like normal bread, treat it like normal bread. Moving to slide 8. Sweeteners can keep your cravings alive, but some also hit your blood sugar harder than you think. Maltitol is the classic culprit. In many people, it behaves close to sugar, especially in bars, chocolates, and keto ice cream. Sorbitol is partly absorbed too, so it can still count, and it often causes stomach issues at higher doses. Allulose is usually milder for glucose, but it is not a free pass to eat unlimited sweets. Erythritol generally has minimal blood glucose impact, yet plenty of people do not tolerate it well, especially in large amounts or in carbonated drinks. Watch blends, because labels love to highlight the best-sounding sweetener while hiding the worst one in the mix. Your results come from what you absorb, not what the marketing implies. Moving to slide 9. Drinks are where keto breaks without you noticing, because liquids are easy to overdo and hard to mentally count. Flavored seltzers are a common example. Some are just sparkling water with natural flavor, but others include juice or concentrate, and a couple of cans can add real carbs. Protein shakes can also be a stealth source. The protein is fine, but the fillers are the issue. Look for added maltodextrin, rice flour, oat fiber blends, or soluble corn fiber that still bump some people. Electrolyte mixes are another landmine. If the first ingredients include sugar, dextrose, or glucose, that is not just minerals. Coffee is often the biggest daily leak. Syrups, powders, flavored creamers, and even some keto drink mixes can stack sweeteners and thickeners until your morning cup becomes dessert. Alcohol is its own category. Dry spirits with zero-carb mixers are usually easier to manage, but sweet mixers, tonic, and many wines can add up fast, and alcohol itself can slow fat loss. Make your default drinks boring. Water, plain sparkling water, unsweetened tea, black coffee, or a truly zero-carb electrolyte. Keto is much easier when your carbs are something you chew. Moving to slide 10. Veggies are healthy, but some can surprise you when portions get big. Onions and carrots are the classic pair. A little for flavor is fine, but a whole sautéed onion or a cup of carrots can push your totals quickly. Tomato products concentrate sugar as they reduce. Tomato paste, sauce, and even no-sugar added marinara can be more carb-dense than fresh tomatoes, especially when you use multiple spoonfuls. Winter squash climbs fast too. Butternut, acorn, and kabocha can feel like a side dish, yet they behave more like a starchy carb once the serving gets generous. Portion size is the real lever here. Keep the higher carb veggies as accents, then anchor your plate with leafy greens, cucumbers, zucchini, broccoli, and asparagus. When you choose veggies with a low carb density, you get volume, fiber, and micronutrients without paying a hidden carb tax. Moving to slide 11. Restaurants can add a carb tax without you ordering anything that looks carby. Start with marinades. Teriyaki, honey garlic, sweet chili, even some dry rubs are built on sugar, and that sugar sticks to the meat. Then breading. Even when you order grilled or lightly dusted, that thin coating is still flour or starch, and it adds up fast when it's on wings, fish, or cutlets. Next, thickeners. Gravy, pan sauces, soups, queso, and creamy dressings often use flour, cornstarch, or roux. You do not taste it as sweet, but you still metabolize it as glucose. Watch for the hidden starch sidekick too. A burger patty that arrives on a bed of fries, fajitas that come sizzling on onions plus tortillas, or protein served over rice you did not ask for. Even a few bites can nudge you out of ketosis. And portions. Restaurant proteins are often larger, and that brings bigger sauce coverage, bigger breading, and bigger sides. The fix is simple. Treat restaurants like an audit, not a break, and use a quick 2-check before you call it keto. Moving to slide 12. Here is your 2-check system. Check 1 is weekly total carbs. Do not obsess day to day. Just look at the week and see if the trend matches your goal. Check 2 is hunger after meals. If you are hungry again in 2 hours, something is off. usually hidden carbs or not enough protein. For problem foods, weigh or measure briefly, just long enough to recalibrate your eyes. Then swap one item at a time, like changing the sauce, dropping the breading, or replacing fries with a salad. Confirm with repeat meals. If the same order keeps you full and your weekly carbs stay on track, you have your answer. You are not trying to be perfect. You are building a way to eat that still works on your busiest week. Moving to slide 13. Keep keto, keep life. Choose whole foods first. Treat keto snacks as optional, not required. Plan sauces and drinks like they count, because they do. Do one weekly audit habit, 5 minutes to catch the creep early. And if you have diabetes, kidney disease, are pregnant, or take glucose-lowering meds, talk to your clinician before changing carbs. If you want more scripts like this, subscribe. In the comments, tell me the restaurant meal that trips you up most. This content is for education only and is not medical advice. Ketosis is a tool. Metabolic flexibility is the goal.